Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And just so that way, so that you know, Mary has asked to be at the end of the meeting. So we have Baker Tilly and we have Bond Attorney Dennis that have some things to present today.
So Baker Tilly's gonna go first.
That's
Yes.
where you want it.
Works for me.
Good evening.
Hello.
Kimberly Tappan with Baker Tilly, manager of Baker Tilly, Laurel Price is with this as well, all working with the principal Jeff Brow. I passed out copies today of the rate study. First page review dates of May 13th, so you know you have to document.
It's going to be the one that says Baker Tilly at the top. Looks like this. That is the calendar. Look at this one.
Keep going.
I guess this have to do with the Baker Tilly that they
The
did-
water infrastructure project.
did last time. Okay.
So with the rate study, go through a couple things. Let's start on page 3. If you would. On page 3, we have some graphs of historical financial information for the past 3 years ended 2023, 2024, and 2025. Just for purposes of this meeting, I'll look at the graphs on the graph on the top right. The one thing I wanted to kind of note was we can see in 2024 and 2025, the red bar kind of being higher than the blue bar. So the red is indicating operating disbursements, and those have been higher than the receipts coming in for the past 2 years. The other thing I wanted to highlight on this page is the bottom right graph, the pie chart, just for your own knowledge, a breakdown of operating disbursements, showing that 35% of operating disbursements are related to personnel costs, salaries and wages, insurance, things like that nature, and then 34% for contractual services. And then the other categories kind of have a more even breakdown. So that's just a snapshot of how things have been historically. If we take a look at page 4, this is still looking at calendar year ended 2025. And what we've done here is list out the actual cash balances at the end of 2025 by fund. And then the second column is where we as advisors kind of lay out the minimum recommended balance. So we take your actual balances compared to the minimum recommended balance. For instance, the operation and maintenance fund, it's recommended that you at least have enough to cover 2 months of expenses. So that's what we're showing there. And then in the very far column, we show the variance from actual to recommended. I'll just note that in total, at the end of 2025, the utility was 135,000 above those minimum recommended balances. So it's a pretty, decent spot to be, but it's not overly over and above if anything major happens. And then further details in here if you want to take a look at that later, but decent spot to be in at the end of 2025. Page 5, this is where we'll start looking more at the rate study type portion and how these play out. So we started this page is focused on operating disbursements. We take a look at 2025 and the 2 years prior as well, and just kind of analyze how the numbers have been trending. And then we adjust that out over the next 3 years, basically estimating out the post-project operating expenses and where those will be. So we either built in based on 2025 actual numbers or based on a historical average, and then building in 3% inflation from there. So once we get out to 2028, that's what's been applied. And then the very last line is from the engineer's estimated post-project O&M, not much, but maybe estimated to go up $400 per year. So on this page, what I really point out is 2028, we're looking at operating disbursements of 111,000. And then if we go to page 6. Page 6 has the estimated project cost and funding. It's not really so much estimated anymore. It's based on bids and actual numbers. the first column is just the breakdown of what's funded through the Oprah grant. The rest is going through SRF. And far right is the total column. So the total bid came in at just over $1 million. And then you have estimated non-construction costs of about $516,000 for a total project cost of $1.7 million. And then down in the bottom section, we're showing the breakout, how things are funded. So we have the $750,000 Oprah grant, $657,000 to be funded through the SRF loan, which I'll detail further. And then we had some local funds that have been planned to be used for the project as well. And some of them have already been spent down.
For this project.
For this project.
Clarify.
Yes. And pages 7 and 8 are both just the details of the amortization of the loan with SRF. So again, $657,000 is planned to be taken out as a loan with SRF at 4.48% interest rate. So kind of their subsidized interest rate, lower than what you see in a typical open market bond right now. These are amortized over 35 years. And we're estimated to close on July 22nd of this year. That will add on another expense for the town of $38,500 per year. So we'll kind of see that play into the rate setting. And now we can move to page 9. So page 9 is the actual rate study where we're pulling in a lot of these numbers I just went over. I have 2 columns here. So I'm going to start with the current operations. And this is just showing, even if we weren't doing the bond right now in the project right now, where we would need to be with rates. So when we went over the operating disbursements, that was the $111,000 that's estimated in 2028. And then we also build in an allowance for replacements, improvements, and anything capital related that's not a recurring expense. So we're showing $8,500 there, and that's based on, a 3-year average of spending, and that's also just really a reasonable estimate for utility to build in there. So those 2 items equal $119,000. We can reduce that by interest income that the utility receives for a total annual revenue requirements of $116,000, kind of in the middle of the page there. So we take that and we compare it to the actual receipts of the utility, both the metered sales and the hydrant fees, $84,000 in 2025. And then we take the difference, which is about $32,000, which brings us to, a need of approximately 38% increase. When we look at current rates, there's a monthly rate, there's a residential rate of $31, and then the fire hydrant monthly rental of $5. So currently at $36 per month, and just based on current operations, we would recommend a rate closer to $49.70. And then the second column here is all the same numbers, but if we went back up to the top, there's 2 more things added in: the $38,000 of debt annual debt from the proposed 2026 bond. And then there's a line called a debt service reserve. So SRF requires that you have a separate account. You can build it up over 5 years, but it has to be built up to the $38,600. So we've kind of divided that over 5 years and built that into the rates. When you add those back in, if we go back down to the bottom, that's showing a necessary rate increase to move forward with this project. To equal the monthly bill would move to $69.50. Now, this has been kind of looked at, and we're looking at estimated numbers as of 2028. So we took a look at, how can we build this in and hopefully lessen the impact from the burden. So the next page, I'm not going to go over in full detail, but essentially we looked at estimated cash flows for the next 3 years and figured out how can we maybe phase this in, they'll have it work to finance the project. So at the very bottom, I guess footnote 1 is kind of towards the bottom, is where it kind of shows the current rate of $36 and what we propose in order to kind of close with SRF would be phase 1 rate effective July 1st, 2026. And then another phase effective January 1st, 2027, and a final phase in January 1, 2028. Each of those increasing just over $11 each time. Presentation, but that is how there's a rate ordinance tonight, and that's how we built in the rates to be introduced to keep this moving forward.
Well,
Yeah.
right. This is some, raise it.
We
That's
can
separate.
raise it separately. Yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't have to be part of that, but, yeah, when we do our sanitation, we can go through like we did last year, or
Do the
2023, I think it was, where we had it, in with the meter, where sanitation had changed.
Yeah.
Nope, it's 2024, because I had to give it state board of accounts.
That's right.
Did you guys have any questions for Baker Tilly at all?
No, I mean. I don't know you probably. Oh, behind on it because we started this.
Well, she did she just kind of sat down with Landon and tried to just get caught up on things.
Okay.
She's done some due diligence on her part.
Good.
Right now, just the water and the hydrant, we pay $31 a month. So
4715.
July 1st would be, hold on a second.
4750.
Okay, 47.15. On the, or July 1st, and then it would be January 1st would be $58.30 of 2027. And then January 1st of 2028 would be $69.50.
If the water would substantially decrease usage, I mean, would you guys, how would you compensate that if they would, say if we're losing 50,000 gallons a day for 3 years, and then all of a sudden we fix that 2026, we have it fixed, and we can get an accurate reading on our numbers at that point, because we're losing a lot of water on the back end of the trailer park. And if that, these numbers are based on those numbers.
They weren't based on the water usage
A
itself.
lot of these numbers are based on the loan we're getting, what we need to fix, keep up with fixing
I
it.
thought she was talking about the water use.
So it builds on a flat rate, it's not based on the amount of water. Everyone builds it.
Maybe keep them too. And then, Dennis, is the ordinance amending the rate from you or Baker Tilly?
I'll cover it.
Okay.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna stand up too. I was in the car for a while.
You're fine.
I'll fall
Okay.
asleep here.
Thank you very much. For the,
I'll just kind of follow up what Tim and Willow just provided to you here. We have two ordinances for you tonight. One of them is the rate ordinance that Angie just mentioned, and you got it here. The rate ordinance just basically takes the information that Willow and Ken just provided and puts it into ordinance form. And you can see on page 2, we've got the phasing of the rates in there and when it's effective. Pretty straightforward. And I provided to Angie, by law, what we need to do is introduce this ordinance tonight, and then we'll advertise it notice, and Angie's got that, and mail it to your out-of-town customer. She's got a letter. I think you only have, 4? So not too many. We do some communities, they have 1,000, and it's a big, we just did this in Anderson, and Anderson's got a ton of customers, so that's a big process, but it gets mailed out, and then we'll hold a public hearing. And then that's when you'll consider it for adoption. So we'll do that at your meeting on June 16th.
And that's what this timeline that you're looking at here is.
Okay,
So that's when we're gonna have to do what we have to do and where. So down here, you'll see they have highlighted when our meetings are.
but this is what you're putting out.
Hmm.
So.
Yes,
They're
we
saying
would
that's what
need,
you're
we
putting
would
out.
have to post in the newspaper, and then the 4 individuals outside of town would need these mailed directly to them.
And this
Yes.
would be posted here.
Yes. Well, the public hearing notice would be posted there, but those would be available in the office for anybody that would want a copy, yes.
Okay.
Is that what you mean, Randy?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm understanding.
I just want to make sure that it was available for whoever wanted to come see it.
Okay. Any questions on the rate ordinance process? Okay, I'll turn next to the big document here. I'm gonna go through it page by page, word for word. No.
That's how we used to do it.
I actually had a client one time, town, they had some people getting mad. They felt like the council wasn't being open to them. And so the council got mad and said, we're gonna read every ordinance word for word. And I was there and we had a bond ordinance like this. And this is back when people had cassettes. And I flipped the cassette because we gotta stop, we gotta flip the cassette and continue reading. It was terrible. Okay. So this isn't the rates, this is the bond authorization, and Kim had kind of given you that project schedule with the bids.
Mhm.
Now, I'll just highlight some things here. These numbers in here are not to exceed. We just put that in there for fluff, because we don't really know, we don't want to have to come back every time, but the bottom line is those schedules that you have seen from Kim, that's what
That's
is
closer
going,
than
that's
what we're gonna
what's
see.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
Okay, your Oprah grant, you got some funds on hand, and then you're gonna do the bond. This has been reviewed by the SRF Program Council. They provided the agreements attached. Semi-annual principal and interest, January 1, July 1, it all matches up with the schedule. You've got a not to exceed rate of 7%, but it's gonna be 4.4.
4.48.
Yeah, so this is the standard SRF ordinance that has a reserve account. The bonds are gonna be tax exempt, so that means you're gonna use the project for public purpose. But all this is to say, you're really getting the best interest rate you can for a town like yours. You're not gonna go to a bank and get a better interest rate. You could try to go to rural development, but it may take years to get funding from them, and you probably wouldn't get a better interest rate. So, this is really, it brought to you best financing in my experience, that this is the way to go. So, but again, tonight, we just want to introduce this ordinance. You could adopt it tonight, but I'm always at the camp. Let's kind of make the rate ordinance and bond ordinance go together. That way, there's no rush. People have comments or questions, they can ask them before we adopt. And I got the project description from your engineer. That's an Exhibit A. And that matches kind of your PER that they filed with the IDEM and the SRF program. But, yeah, happy to answer any questions. And like this schedule, we're gonna follow this to the T. Absent anything strange happening,
Okay.
that's gonna be our schedule.
So today, we just need to like read by title only that this is our intention to move forward with, and then when we do our public hearing.
Mm-hmm. And when you do the minutes, Angie, you just kind of say, yeah, or rate ordinance introduced, bond ordinance introduced.
Okay.
Because I'll want to get the minutes from you. We'll need those as part of the financing.
Okay,
Hey, before I forget too, I'll give you something. You don't have to sign this tonight unless you want to, but at some point, sign this and scan it to me. This is the standard SRF program, just some information about SRF loans.
yes, I think that they actually sent me like an email of this when I asked for more information.
Oh, did
So,
they?
it's perfect, that's perfect.
Yeah,
no
okay,
problem.
so no surprises.
So those two.
I made a copy before I knew he was bringing a copy.
Okay.
That's just my bad.
Okay. It's okay. Now, we have half the step to go through. I'm happy.
I can't stand it when I'll tell you what, I'm a killer of trees, but I can't stand it when I go to a meeting and I don't have enough copies and they didn't make them, and then you're like, better to have them, yeah.
It's happened too often that I've been making copies in the middle of me. So.
Yeah.
So can I just call the bond ordinance?
Let's just read that little summary at the top. I think that would be its title. Wouldn't it, Dennis?
Yep,
This is just a big title?
yes, that paragraph. That is the title.
For purposes of this meeting, you can refer to it as the bond ordinance.
Okay, good. I probably should read it for other people though. An ordinance concerning the construction of additions, extensions, and improvements to the waterworks of town of St. Joe, Indiana, the issuance of revenue bonds to provide the cost thereof, the collection, segregation, and distribution of the revenues of said waterworks, the safeguarding of the interests of the owners of the said revenue bonds, other matters connected therewithin, including the issuance of notes and the anticipation of bonds and repealing ordinances inconsistent herewithin. Read that again, didn't look at the motion, that wasn't
Referencing it, yeah.
it? Okay, then I make a motion that we are introducing the bond ordinance tonight.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye. Ready. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Now, you were just the only one gonna be here during these dates?
Yeah, I was planning on coming for your
Okay.
public hearing.
Okay.
Angie, can you email to me at some point to the ordinance numbers you assigned to these? And just so we've got it on the record, you're introducing the rate ordinance as well?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, I'll be up here for that meeting. And if I have some conflict, I'll send one of my partners on up here.
Okay, okay. You will? Okay, good.
So I
That
make a
way-
motion. Oops, sorry.
I just was gonna say that way, if we have any questions or anybody else has any
Right.
questions, these guys can.
Is that more too?
He's been on the meetings with me
Okay.
with these, except for the last one with the SRF because he had conflict. So, I'm gonna discuss with him if he has a conflict or something like that, if I need to, see if you're available, Missy, but when we met with SRF, I think we had like less than 24-hour notice, like it was just like, hey, it's happening, and then I was like, okay. So I didn't share video, I was in Compose because I had my surgery and stuff, so I'm not gonna lie, it was just spontaneous. A lot of meetings with this one.
Make a motion that we introduce the rates ordinance tonight as well.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you.
if you don't mind, I'm gonna hit the road.
Thank you again.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
Look forward to working with you guys.
All right.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you
I'm gonna
too.
step out and talk
Thank
to
you.
them all briefly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that would be good, because they need stuff from you.
I know they do.
Have a great day.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, ladies.
Did you get back to Christine? That you had been around this morning?
No, that is from the file. That's over.
Just every time? You just, if they can?
Yeah, that's what needs to happen. Yeah. He just, they've been working with us this whole time, and since we just got in, he's just, a little behind, I think. So he just needs, Rob just needs caught up with everything.
You want to keep this one, so that we just have it.
Yeah,
That you can put out here
Yep.
for other people.
perfect.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just take mine too, and
Okay.
I'll just leave them up there.
Okay. So, one second. We'll pass them on.
Okay, so that is the packet in the back, but right there. There's multiple things there. So, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that's where we're at. I've been working with Wes and Alliance Indiana to update our wellhead protection plan, which is done every 5 years. That is what WHPP means. So, sorry. And I shouldn't have stapled these, but I got prepared early. So the second page is the updated emergency contacts and procedures list. And then the back page is our St. Joe Water Department map. And then there is a 5-year update sign-in document that we would need everybody's information on there for that, that are affiliated with the town. So, we would have our name, if you live inside of the wellhead protection plan area, your phone number, your signature. That would be our town board team. And then the next page that you're looking, I just had, that is our wellhead protection phase 2 5-year update application that we would be submitting with, I believe it is IDAM. Yes, it is IDAM. I just want to make sure I wasn't, doing anything wrong. So, I have been working with Amanda and Wes to update and review this, so that way, but we need to do it every 5 years. It's part of our IDAM, processes and procedures. So same thing, like when you guys were concerned that we need a boil advisory, this is that procedure and those contacts and what we would do and how they would go about in order. That's what that updated contacts and procedures is. So, what we need to do to be updated with our IBAM requirements is we need to review this and pass it. There is, no money or anything involved with this. It just has to be updated every 5 years. And I would also need you guys to write your name and information on either my copy or your copy on the back of this, so that way we have all that information for the documents needed.
In this page?
Yeah. So it doesn't matter for, yeah. Yes.
So do we make a motion on the wellhead protection phase 2?
So,
Accept
Or
it?
just the, like, first.
Just to accept it?
procedure?
yeah, you would need, to, if you are going to motion to accept the St. Joe Phase 2 5-year update submission. And then, the 5-year updated application would need signatures. And then I need the sign-in sheet for who was present when we passed this, so that way it can be on record for our next 5-year update.
Clear sign-in sheet?
Yeah,
Just
I
send
would
it back?
give it to you. We'll just use my copy.
Okay.
And it's just council members that are present.
I make a motion that we accept the Indiana Wellhead Protection Phase 2 5-year update program
The submission.
submission.
I second that motion. All in favor?
And then, what I would suggest is if you guys keep that
Mhm.
on your person when there is an emergency, the process and procedure has been updated with all the current phone numbers. So and they go from top to bottom. So if we have an incident, most likely this will be Corey, and he already knows how to do it. He calls Wes, and Wes knows where to go from there, and then Wes calls me, and then I call all those other people, so that way we can make sure that our schools and everybody is notified when there is a boil advisory emergency situation.
That's me from last week.
What?
Yeah.
It's all right.
Not what I was picturing, but.
Cover up, I know. Who's part of your team? Yeah. So wellhead protection plans, I didn't shoot that. I know you were outside for part of that.
I make a motion that we accept the St. Joe Town Board meeting on May 8th, 2026.
I second that motion. All in favor?
Aye. I believe I said to be here because I wasn't at that meeting, so I can say that that's what it is. But I would like to watch this.
Yes.
I was not at this meeting.
It doesn't matter if you're at it. I don't think it matters if you're at it, because you can be absent when you're at a meeting and not
And I
fine.
can still, okay. I'm not at this meeting, but I come to the next meeting. Can I make a motion to approve it?
You can still make a motion to approve the minutes because you're simply saying the minutes are accurately reflecting what took place at the meeting because the meetings are all recorded. Presumably they've been reviewed.
I should have watched it, yes.
In addition, you can still move to approve it because if the other members tell you that it's accurate, you have no reason to doubt that.
Okay, I make a motion that we accept the May 5th, 2026 St. Joe Town Board meeting minutes.
I second that motion. All in favor?
Aye. That one, like I said, I really would like to watch it. And clear everything's in there, but there's a lot of, this is a whole different format. I'm not used to people putting their names out to the side and then what they
Instead
say.
of putting all of the arguments that were had, I decided to go with
Monologue? Is that what they call
I decided to go
Basically, yeah.
with the points that you were making and the points that Seth was making in a professional manner. I could have just skipped it all, because legally I'm only required to put in what motions are made. But I felt like I wanted to portray what you and he were trying to give out to the public in a professional way. So I bullet pointed, summarized the transcript of it, bullet points of positive.
Are we reading the road?
That motion did not carry, but it is in the meeting notes, because it did get motion. So that was my attempt at including what you guys both were trying to portray in a very professional, positive way. A factual, positive way.
So it does say, he did make a motion to officially name it Drake Strip.
He did, yes, he did.
It's not mine.
No,
He didn't make a motion
did
on
make
that
a
one.
motion, so that's not in there, only mine.
All I did today was meeting minutes, and I was here until four. But then Mary was in doing her work today too.
Sounds like I just need to put that on. Okay. For the next year. Mhm. I make a motion that we accept the meeting minutes of April 21st, 2026.
I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
What, am I reading it now?
No,
Oh.
it was from the first meeting.
Oh,
That's what so it's right there.
What else we got? No, maybe.
so,
That's what your public meeting is over. I just didn't give you 2 copies.
I'm just stepping it tonight. So I make a motion that we accept the ordinance establishing property owner responsibility, administrative enforcement procedures, and a civil penalty system for violation of town ordinances.
Well, that was on here.
Mm-hmm.
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye. By title only, don't we have to do another reading by title? Or no, we don't have to do that anymore?
You normally have to read it twice, and you have to suspend the rules to do it if you're gonna do it in the same meeting. So,
So we can't sign it from next meeting, so we'll have to read it.
unless you suspend the rules and do it again.
But if we did it the first time, this time, we still have to.
You could suspend the rules that require you to wait another meeting and then do it again.
Oh, okay.
That's what is done in most places. So you first have to have a vote to suspend the rules, and then you would introduce it for its second reading, and then pass it on the second reading if you want to do that, or you can send it over to the next meeting. Either option is yours to choose from. You as a body,
Oh, okay.
as the organization, you decide how you want to do that.
You wanna wait for that, or you just wanna go ahead and do it?
It was the ordinance, the only thing that was changed was the amount of days on there. The 10-14 and the town board as a whole.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So that was the same document that was presented at the last meeting.
Right.
Mhm.
Now, the one that says that you're able to,
Which all of ours already say that we're allowed to do that.
any person designated by the town council, so it has to be us approved, we have to vote that person. I just can't say so-and-so can be it, or you just can't say my next door neighbor can do it.
I recommend you do that by a resolution if
Yeah.
you're going to designate someone.
Okay, yeah. All right.
But it can be any of us too.
Yeah.
Okay. So I make a motion that we suspend the rules.
My second?
All in favor?
Aye.
So to read it now?
And if
Or-
you choose to go forward, you do the second reading, and then so you would announce that this is the second reading, do the title like you did the first time.
This is the second reading of an ordinance establishing property owner responsibility, administrative enforcement procedures, and a civil penalty system for violations of town ordinances.
That's the second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And now we have to come back to that other than or we just, this we're suspending the rules, so it's fine. So now,
So now you can sign it,
this one,
do it back then. Whichever one you want. I have more than one copy. If you'd rather sign mine and keep yours, that's fine. Or I can always make signed copies for you. Don't worry.
you look at this one,
Yeah, little goes.
and the
I talked
ordinance,
to him about it.
and everything looked fine to
Yeah.
me. When I looked through that ordinance, I didn't see anything. different sign or measurements.
Now, was he going to live it?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought it was just a basic
Just a
sign.
wood, yeah. 'Cause I'm just thinking it might be too tall.
The only thing is, I already told him I'd love to be there when he puts it up, just to make sure it's not in anybody's traffic eye, that type of thing. That was the only thing.
Yeah,
You seemed
myself
okay
and
with it?
Mitzi, we've all reviewed the sign ordinance, and it follows all the guidelines that are proposed. I think it just because it was kind of tossed on us without being
Right.
able to research it.
Well, like I said, I talked to Justin and he's willing to, when he puts it up, show us and make sure it's all safe. He wants it safe.
And I make a motion that we allow Little Joe's to put up their sign for the preschool.
I second
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I just need one of these copies signed by this review, so that way I have it in record, so.
Mary.
It's me now?
Yep.
Okay. I had asked at the last meeting that, you allow me to engage an engineering firm
Mhm.
for the erosion of the Jefferson, bank. I did that. I received drawings back from Zenzik Engineering. I have sent them off to, Nate at Blue Heron to review.
Okay.
What I would like to do, since the town is doing the Fourth Street water project, correct?
Mhm.
I would like to review those plans with A&Z engineering representative.
See if you can help.
So because what I've seen in these plans, I don't want duplication.
Right.
Or maybe what we have done, it's no longer what's
Yeah.
the street project.
It's always better to get it done
Everybody's
same
on the
time.
same page.
Yeah.
But, okay,
Correct.
right.
So that's what I'm asking tonight. I didn't feel like I should go on my own and contact A&D for that. But if I have your permission, I would like to do that.
I think that's a great idea.
If you would, CC,
Oh.
okay, and everything safe and Thank you.
First note, the corporate entity that approached me, they are still interested in helping us. That's why I really did the push on the drawings and now I want the cost estimates.
Okay.
So, yeah,
All right,
okay,
great.
all right, thank you.
I do have one question for you because I had to shoo 4 kids off of the big pile of wood that was down there. Yeah. And, I could just see one of them playing with fire, torching one of those and somebody getting hurt. So I didn't know if there was anything we could do as far as, orange.
Plus, it quit raining, the guys would have had to move.
Well, I know, but
Well, that's
more
more so the water line.
Twenty-seven Creek, we did in what was originally there.
Mhm.
And like I said,
Okay.
Andy just said, if it's wet and, yeah,
it's just with baseball down there, kids go running around and I had to,
well, should we just put,
no trespassing or,
caution tape?
We have those T-posts that I can put down around there and put caution tape around them.
Yeah,
if you would, I'm just
Yeah.
hate for one of the little guys to get hurt or something.
well, there's,
Yeah.
At least the town's protected if we've made an effort to
Right,
say that, so,
okay.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
It's full energy today that I had to order another part for a mosquito fogger. It's still operational. What's happening is when it gets warm, And I have to shut it down for anybody walking near and maybe leery. It doesn't want to go back up to higher again and actually continue to spray the motor double pick up. There's a lot of solenoid in there that I really didn't leak over the years because, it's a coil type solenoid, so when I turn power on, it draws a cylinder back in and starts the whole process back up. Well, it's not doing that. So I had to order a part from Clark. It was like $158. Just letting you know that it's still operational, just something else that we're gonna have to put into it. It should be on the way. So other than that, I also told Angie that I think we should go ahead and order the mosquito chemical. Because if it's nice out, we're gonna be spraying, we don't wanna be without it, or we'll have more Facebook drama.
We're gonna face the drum no matter
I
what.
know.
Yep.
So,
Can't please them all.
and I know they're bad, but all I can do is when I can, when I can. So, I believe Angie, you did have that quote. So if you guys wanna, Randy, I don't think you were here for that. I think you were going for
What are we talking about?
the quotes for buying the chemical.
The high school was 30,000.
We talked about it last
Right.
time.
Yeah, did we get an updated quote?
No.
I gave you what he had gave me.
Okay.
One was 12.5 something, and the other one was just right shy of 5. One was 30 gallons, and the other one was 5 gallons. But I feel like we should get it coming because we are getting,
I know gas is on the rise, but it's probably cheaper to put gas in the thing and spray gas. To kill 'em.
If you want to put torch in there now, I'll drive them.
We'll get rid of them all.
I think when we calculated it last time, it was just under $12,750-ish dollars.
12.5.
Yeah, for 15 gallons, 30 gallons. Or 10 gallons each was,
10 gallons is 4,900.
And we still have some budgeted for this year anyway.
I budgeted for the big stuff this year, assuming that we
You
would
have
need
budget
to
for
purchase.
6 or something?
I think I had budgeted $12,750
Yeah.
for just that.
Hmm.
So it's up to you guys on if you want to do the big one, because Billy did bring up some good points that if we buy it and it sets, it doesn't potency at the last, I think it's the last one, yeah.
Did we find out if that was 5 or
Did they get back with you?
No,
not?
I did reach out to them.
I'm talking for
They didn't see that it would lose any because it's concentrated, so.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But it still separates, running all my stuff concentrated and use the oil.
Yeah, you gotta,
You know, I don't know if salesman is gonna tell you this one, believe.
Well, we've done that quantity for years
Right.
and not had any
Any
issues
problems.
with.
That's what I was thinking.
The thing is being able to get out and do the spray.
So that's where, I don't know if the town can do something to kind of back Corey. I don't do Facebook, but I heard a lot of scuttlebutt on it and yeah, there's mosquitoes, but, and there's walls and I understand the law, just, I mean, I'm under the same scrutiny as Corey. I mean, people are constantly like, why aren't you spraying my house? Aren't, it's raining. It's saturated soil. You can't just do this stuff willy-nilly. But at the same time, these guys, if you walk through any one backyard, there's standing water, there's this, there's that. They need to also take part in helping the community, not just bitch at the community. I mean, honestly.
Well, what I'm trying to force.
You guys could you guys put something together and say, look, we are a community. I don't know if you could AI something, because I certainly can't. And put something out there as being in a community, dumping this, hey, let's help the cause and dump our buckets, dump our bird baths, because birds, they're not gonna use it all the time. It's the mosquito head. And then maybe they'll participate. I mean, you might get one or two, and that's more than we had before.
Billy, if I recall, Clark Chemicals issued little handout flyers that tell the residents just that.
What's to do?
Empty, you don't have any tires laying around.
What is it?
Empty any containers.
They have flyers.
Like,
I thought we had flyers or something.
What was it called?
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Clark invited them to the town
Okay.
and they got sent out in the, water bill.
Mhm.
So that everybody had it there, and just like you said, you know, if we do one thing, everybody can help.
I did the mosquitoes out at Ball Crowd,
Yeah.
and the supervisor calls me and he says, I already know what you're gonna tell me, but they're standing right here, so I have to call you. I said, mow the grass and then call me. So they mow the grass.
Yeah.
Manufacturing out there will probably be calling you pretty soon.
Or,
Mosquito spray.
Mosquitoes, spraying for them.
Told them to call you.
yeah, I,
That pamphlet actually said how much they multiply.
Oh, well,
If you have
we don't go
a
out
bucket
there,
of
so I
water,
said, hey, I
it's
guess
like
you
5
need
or
to
6 times.
reach
within-
out.
It was.
if we were 60 bucks, I said, I'm sorry.
And
I got
they still do that.
Okay.
What's that?
So when I try to, tell people that their ordinances, all I get was, well, there's a house on Whitney that you're not working on, there's a house on Washington.
They'll say that all the time.
So nobody wants to clean up and do their, you know, like, anything that I go and tell them, please, can you clean this up? You can't have these, well, look at that house over there, you're not bothering them.
You see a tire, there's always gonna be water.
And that's what I've been trying to tell them, and
Mosquito can rejuvenate in a drop of water,
Yeah.
literally a drop of water.
I did not realize that, so I'm
Right.
assuming that others didn't, and, but when I go to them, that's what I get told, well, you're not harping on this house, you're not harping on that house.
And they come back, they rejuvenate every 7 days. So, they weigh,
Yeah.
they weigh anywhere from 500 to 1,000 eggs per mosquito.
Yeah.
And, they go on for, they have 4 instars, which is, their growth till they die in 7 days, and the next one they're coming right back up.
Okay.
So in order for us to actually get a handle on it, we need to pretty much have good weather for a week straight for me to knock them down.
Okay. And spring.
With no wind.
The same
What's
time,
that?
same day.
With no wind.
I mean, ideally, yes.
I think I asked you this before about the, biscuit that gets thrown down in the lowland. Okay. That, what happens to then, if you have rain and that water will, the biscuits will melt or whatever, and that helps control.
I don't go down there because once you get off the road, a lot of those people around Whitney Street, they actually own downhill
Okay,
down the river, so I would be trespassing going down there.
well, is that something, if we have the biscuit, is that something we could ask those individuals, are they interested in, and then they could just throw them out? I mean, it's not a thing, you could just throw them out into the area.
In the river,
Oh, they're kidding.
moving water, that doesn't hold the mosquito, it's standing water.
Well, it's usually standing water in that ditch behind the house.
So I don't know if you guys are interested in getting that on the way, so we don't run out. I would recommend, the 30 gallons, since we're gonna end up buying it here
Regardless.
anyway.
Okay.
So, and if we don't get it,
I
then
don't wanna
we're
run
gonna be out.
People are gonna be complaining about it,
And then,
so. When I make a motion,
No,
I'll have the
you
exact
throw
amount.
out because of all the.
Yes.
I don't know why in a small town, but they dollar signs that they
Well,
biscuits.
I make around about
Give me a
here,
amount so
so
that I can get it in
Very
my-
you get it in front.
The big
Yeah, the
one,
only one that you don't get is down Third Street.
Just that.
You get front back, and then I can.
554.00.
And I know we sprayed.
12,554, okay. And that is 30 down from Clark Mosquito Control Products. I don't think that matters, but okay, I'm just telling you for your information, if that's what you guys are just. Oh, the same as Clark Chemical? Okay.
Do we have anything that as you take it out, we're able to see how much we're using?
I just use 2.5 gallons every time, and it makes 15 gallons.
I think it'd be
And I
hard to
spray 3
average it.
times for each 15 gallons. I essentially use 5 gallons every time I spray.
It'd be hard to average just because of the weather and
Makes 15, gallon and a half makes 15 gallons, and you use 5?
2.5 gallons will make 15 gallons.
We're getting a 30 gallon.
Yes, I make a motion that we go ahead and order the 30 gallons of the mosquito spray for $12,554.
Second that.
All in favor?
Should be good for another 3 years.
So it's like $500 a gallon?
Well, I mean, we could have went with the smaller one, but you get a little bit of a price break.
I'm just
So
looking at,
you're looking at 10 gallons and $5,000.
Right.
If you 30 gallons and $12,000, so it makes more sense to buy the bigger one.
Yeah.
Last time we bought it, I think it was kind of 11,000 in this.
Did you have anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Did we get a quote on the new Smith?
Silversmith,
Yeah. No.
not an actual quote, but I looked it up and I have told you what it
Oh,
was,
that's right, last time. And that is something that we need.
especially if your brain is confused and looking here for that.
Yeah.
So a little GPS box.
Mhm.
So, after a while, your lithium batteries will die. Well, that's what happened to that little GPS box. It wouldn't take a charge. I'd plug it in and just blink real fast.
were you using it for all your stuff? Were you using it for like your drains and stuff?
For what we have marked, I have all the drains on there already.
Cause I went on Silversmith and I was looking at them and they're like 6 feet off every spot.
You remember when I told you how accurate, a $50,000 machine is compared to our machine? It's gonna be,
I can do it with my phone and it'll come up right exactly where I took my picture. So we must have better phones.
if you want, go through and mark them with your phone.
Huh?
And I don't know.
I can't, yeah, I was gonna say I can't send it through the phone.
If I'm standing on it, I can try and do as best as I can. The machine marks it down. But anyway, we have sent it in and they said that it wasn't gonna be repairable or something for putting new batteries in it, I guess. I don't know. So I haven't got an actual physical quote
Okay.
besides what I looked up online.
That's not anything we have to special make or anything, right? So we can order.
No, we can
Because
just
we're gonna
order
wanna
it.
have that before
We
any
just need to
construction starts.
have it before
Right,
we do this project so we can mark everything.
right.
Is that just a GPS unit or is it using multiple satellites?
It does the coordinates, so it's the GPS unit. I don't know. how-
Longitude, latitude.
I think it does 3 satellites, but not positive on it. So,
You subscribe to the Quarters network for it? Or is it this, its own unit?
it's its own little unit that we have through our data center, which is Silversmith, and once we document it.
30
they put it
gallons.
On their hard drive.
I just signed that.
And then we're able, so, yeah, it's a backup, so we're able to access it.
So it's $418 per gallon.
Duplicates and puts.
Each gallon, he said make.
We always have.
He said, he said 2.5 gallons make, or 2.5 gallons makes 15 gallons. So we spend $1,000
With only 3 salaries.
on 15 gallons, so he's, whenever he goes out and spends 1 gallon's worth, that's $300 some that we're putting out there. For every spray.
Chemicals not cheap.
Welcome to the world of mosquito problems.
You were gonna say, I'll trade your budgets on that over $2,000 a week.
Yeah, but you have money coming in.
We don't have, do we not have state funding for that? Is that, we don't have anything to, or we just have to budget?
We
do
do
the
not
budget.
spend tax money that's specifically designated to mosquito repellent. No, we do not.
We just have to take it out.
Yes.
And
Some towns do it, some towns don't. I mean, honestly, it's a nicety, but doesn't get viewed that way.
A lot of people, when I go get it calibrated, which is Thursday.
That costs too, doesn't
Huh?
it? Is that gonna cost again?
Calibrated?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, okay.
just time and money driving there.
Yeah.
A lot of people say they maybe get it out once every few years, and they ask me, I'm like, well, on a good week, every day. And they're like, are you kidding me? I'm like, no. Since they're so bad. St. Joe's horrible.
Well, you've got the river.
Yeah, and you know, like I talked with Oliver and other
Yeah.
people, and they can spot treat and help
Yeah.
their issue, but once you get away from the river, it's a game changer. For the herd Spencer's get pretty bad too, down by the bridge.
Yeah. It's terrible.
But I don't think they spray, they're all county. And I don't think the county sprays down there.
Mhm.
Do you have anything?
Yeah, first, with the pothole, how many drains were you able to get?
All of them but one. For the fact that we had that road.
You got the one in my alley and the one next to my house?
Uh-huh.
Okay. They looked like they were still sealed.
They what?
Oh, it looked like they were still, they were sealed, like somebody hadn't picked them up. So you said you got them all? Okay.
All but one.
Were you able to put anything in Silversmith?
No, I told him that after the fact. Sorry.
Okay.
That was my fault.
Yeah,
But
Uh,
he will do it next year though. We talked about that.
No, it'll be good.
Two was one over on Harrison Street, which it normally doesn't hold anything, and that's in Bonnie's. Yours was really bad with rocks, I mean, you drive over it every other day, so. One across the street, where you park your other vehicle, that one's horrible with rocks, and the other one, was that, the preacher minister guy,
Mhm.
he just had water in his and some grass, but other
We
than that,
noticed that.
but you're not gonna tell if someone's opened it or not, I mean,
Okay,
there's a hook that goes in there and pops it open, and
okay.
it's not gonna leave like a scar.
I know we had water leaks. You fixed 3 of them. Thank you very much for Surf.
Yeah,
My question is did Surf put all their lines right next to our water lines? Because
so,
I looked at it, it looks like it's exactly where they went, is where our water lines are.
so I will tell you, they crossed every single one of our service lines going to everybody's house.
So when we do our new water lines, we're gonna run into all of their lines.
So that's, yes. So I will tell you, I was here when they shot their last shot because they are done,
Mhm.
boring in town. And the literally one over here by Angie's, dad's house, when they bored through, they were scraping our riser going from, left to right, just going through, so.
That'd be past, on Whitney, past Jefferson towards the cemetery.
Yeah, so I mean, they're a foot or so Whitney Street. So that'll bring me to my next thing. Randy, you're not gonna like it and nobody's gonna like it, but, this is the time where I feel that we need to start budgeting for a back. Because if we do hit any fiber, it's gonna.
Oh, yeah.
cost
Like I said, they went over all of our water lines, so if you have to fix anything, we're
Well,
ramped
I
it.
mean-
Sometimes they require you back around.
So I mean, right now, Waterloo Heavy Equipment, the one that we rent is trying to sell theirs. And they asked if I was interested, and obviously I can't make that call. Told them I was, just to get a price out of them. But I want to say they were asking 60 or 65 for it. Has 950 hours on it.
Clarify, 6,500,
No.
65,000.
65,000.
60 to 65,000 hours.
Just needed clarification,
Yeah.
like,
But
Which, you think how many times we'd like to use it, but we don't have it. We do rent it, it's $1,800 for the week and used for the 4 days. Any other usage that we could use it for? If we hit one of those fiber lines, it's gonna be thousands, more than renting the back.
And we got lucky that they were using their back when they broke that line. But you can ask Wes, when their belt broke and we had to use the shop vac, it was ridiculous.
Yeah. They were actually,
We should have been more involved with the CERT coming through from the start, like we were when we did roads. We were there.
involved. You can get with, when they call out their 811s, I know you were commenting on how much it costs for us to do the 811s. That's how involved we can get with that. But they have their business to do. We have our side of our town that we need to try and take care of.
They're going through our town.
Yes, I realize that. And I'm explaining that.
and part of the problem was,
We have-
they were digging down deeper from DeKalb County's requirement, where we told them not to dig down that deep, specifically because that is where our water lines were located.
But she said they told her she had to.
So they told me that they had state guidelines that they had to follow by being able to put on State Road 1. Down our side roads, they were able to come up because they weren't regulated by our side roads. But, being involved with them would take me or whomever else off of their current job and standing there watching them put a pipe in the ground. There's nothing that anybody can do.
Okay.
The depth of it was discussed with the county commissioner guy in here.
It was here, but we never followed through as far as where they were going. We didn't receive a map. I thought we were gonna get a map of where they were going.
I
but-
thought Zeb did.
Oh, did Zeb
They,
get one?
they,
Zeb had a few conversations with them, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know what conversations are being had in these meetings because
I wasn't
people
there.
are having them.
I didn't, but I think Zeb did.
I
Zeb said he approved it.
don't recall if they gave us a map, but they said they were going to give us a map. Because, remember you guys, we had to make a CERF ordinance specifically so we had a way to manage that and give them a permit because we never had done that before. And so we made them fill out that information and then I sent it out to be approved.
They never given him that.
I do not recall ever myself physically getting a map.
Well, just take the water map and you'll have their map. So
That's perfect, right?
pretty much. I watched where you guys put your marks and I watched where they went and it's the same exact.
They crossed a lot of our services. I think they try to stay away from boring, parallel with our main. They wanted to think they crossed all of our services. But, I did thank them multiple times for letting guys help with their back over here, or else we would have been in a world of trouble.
They had a ditch witch, is that what they had?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's just a different name brand from what we use. Theirs was the Ditch Witch, and the one we use is the Vermin.
Yeah.
So, but I really feel that, that's something that we should look at. Just because I think in emergencies, in the middle of the night, we have access to
So
it.
how much you think we get out of our backhoe? Since we won't be
Well, we
using
still
that?
need to get rid of that either.
There is no way currently with all of the things we have going on that for a year or more, we
No.
would be able to spend $65,000. Just
Well, that's
throw
why-
it out there, like,
And
Well,
I
that's why I
love
was
the
thinking-
idea, that's not realistic
I
financially.
will tell you, 65 is a used one. When you're looking at a brand new one.
Oh, you're at 100.
Oh, I don't think it's not a deal, there's just no way we can
No,
buy
I'm
it.
just saying, but a used one, you're looking anywhere between 130 to 150,000.
Yeah.
But, I mean, in the long run, it's,
Do they take payments?
I
There's, right now, you can't even be making any
it
payments.
does save a lot of,
Just
problems in the long run, just for the. fact
Working in
you're
that hole
not
with him.
Damaging anything in the ground.
without the backwards, something.
As
Wes-
needed, we can
Wes
spend
was-
$1,800, that's about as good as it's gonna get.
Wes was
Well-
trying to call and get an emergency one in here. That's how important he thought it was.
Mhm.
But
No,
nobody would
I
answer.
agree, it is important, we just can't financially.
Right, right.
There's
I'm
no
just
way
saying for that
financially
night,
to
he was
achieve
trying
that.
to get somebody to do an
The pictures
emergency.
that I
Nobody would.
did send to Misty and,
No, I haven't seen pictures from you since December 31st.
from the.
We used to do pictures. Yes. No, I didn't.
So the ones that they did, obviously, you know, they were right on top of our water lines. Some of the other
Sure,
ones,
they were
they
on
were
over.
a couple inches away, maybe a foot away, but I don't know what to tell you.
Do we have all the dollars? I mean, are we going to charge them or
Who?
Sir,
serve?
I don't know, you should discuss that amongst the board and decide if you would like to do something, Sibylla.
well, yeah.
Lawyer, is it a good idea if a company comes in and they break something of yours and you fix it, you charge them? for
Surf
fixing it?
internet.
If you can.
Well, for the one over by my house, they were supposed to put in a work order.
Did you change that, shut off since you were there?
Changed both of them. I didn't change them. Where I had to cut it.
Yeah.
I put one in. So this one was really hard to turn. It's still operational, but I'm not even gonna deal with it. I
Right.
just put another one
Well,
in.
that one was the weird one, so.
The other one over there,
And the cycle didn't turn.
it wouldn't turn at all, so.
It's a fake one now.
That one,
Well, when they do the road work over there, you can pull that one out.
yeah,
This
that was
one.
the thought, when they redo that sidewalk, I can pull that riser and it'll be as it's measured. Cause it's in the sidewalk.
So I guess we need to find out if it's going to be an extra expense for us on the water lines. If they have to go around those surf lines. Because
They're not gonna be 4 feet deep, though, are they?
the people that,
Water infrastructure budget.
yes,
They're
yeah,
going in the
We
middle.
do 811s and all of that is already factored into what we've already been doing.
but when they did their bid, we didn't have surf internet lines.
Having
either.
a utility is not gonna change the amount of money that it costs us for that.
Okay,
Well, I thought they were born in the middle of the road anyway.
They're boring in the middle of the sidewalk on the opposite side where the asbestos is.
Yeah.
To go underneath the sidewalk everywhere else, I thought they were gonna do an open cut. I thought that-
Oh, right. We
okay.
did say that instead of.
Of the boring.
I just
We didn't allow boring.
don't want a
because
huge bill
we-
because that wasn't there before.
The boring, there was a
They-
specific
he wanted
question
to
asked if we would
bore
allow
the
the
whole
bore
thing.
like surf did
Yes,
instead of open cut, and we
Yeah.
said no
No.
because the situation with surf and the
Yes.
boring
I
caused
remember
more
that.
conflicts.
Yep.
They said it would be faster, but when you gotta fix all the leaks after the fact, it's not much faster.
Yeah, before they start doing all that, it's gonna be a mass 811 again. Not probably 100 and some for the whole town, but, you know, it'll be 811.
hopefully it's more structured to where they're doing this road and then doing this.
That was one of the big things, is we didn't know where they were coming in. We
They were
thought 6
bouncing
crews
all
were
over.
coming in and actually gonna do this. It was one crew,
And they bounced around.
Mhm.
and that was the thing, is we didn't know where they were gonna start, where they were gonna end. So,
They did their own thing.
did we have a contract with them saying that the town was able to get their internet like we do,
Oh, okay.
LightNet or WatchNet?
No,
They might agree with that.
Yeah,
they didn't give us a deal. They just came through our town.
We're
It is
getting
pretty quick,
great
though.
that service.
My grandparents got it, and they're giving them what they say. You said you've never seen a map, never received a map?
I don't believe so. I will double check my email. I don't recall seeing a map. I will double check that though and let you know.
Okay.
Do you have anything else? Anybody else? No? Okay, I'll make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
A second.
All in favor? Aye.
Don't leave yet, Rob. I gotta give you your check.
Okay.
Really patient, Jen. I'm not gonna lie. I got, I will take you to say.
Quiet, either. Just put my limit on my credit card, not just on it.
Okay, I'll get right on that. I mean, me being in, working in there was like an eye opener.
What's that?
Being over there working with you on both of them is an eye opener
It's
on how important that is. And when Wes is like, yeah, let's just get an emergency one in here, I was like, okay.